You know, I think in the second game of a back-to-back, it's always important to get off to a good start, and also you have to make sure that you utilize your reserves a little more than normal.
Here's Kamen. Let's take a look at our starters report. The Beast steps out onto the floor, and he's got to be excited. His very first taste of playing time in an NBA game.
This guy got an awful lot of attention, comes in with tremendous credentials. They're expecting a lot of this guy. He was taken in the first round.
Batum with the ball, covered by Foy. And Batum kicks to Williams. And Kamen picks him up defensively. Williams, covered by Foy. 4 on the shot clock. Kept alive. Here's Matthews. Finally, they get the bucket.
Tell you what, that was a well-executed offensive play. I liked how they attacked the paint on that one.
Look at the Blazers, plenty of talent, but they're still figuring out how to try to blend it all together.
And it's a matter of health. I mean, Greg Oden's injury problems have hampered his ability to mesh with their other players. Brandon Roy and LaMarcus Aldridge have good chemistry with one another, but last season they played worse when Oden was in the lineup. So just a matter of time and health.
Let's go to our great sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for an update. Doris?
Well, Kevin, last year the Blazers had the most injury-riddled season of any team in basketball other than the Golden State Warriors, but somehow still managed to make the playoffs. Coach Nate McMillan says guys have stepped up. It's been a team effort. When guys go down, it's an opportunity for somebody else to step up, and these guys have made the most of that. Kevin, back to you.
Sounds like Coach McMillan isn't accepting any excuses. Doris, thanks.
As well he shouldn't. I mean, there's a reason you build up the bottom of your roster, and here it is.
Here's Oden. Clippers able to drain the 3. Trailblazers turn it over. You know, Clark, a similar story as well with Andre Miller. He prefers to play up-tempo. His style of play really didn't mesh that well with Brandon Roy, who plays a more deliberate style of basketball.
Well, that's part of putting a team together so you can have everybody maximizing their respective strengths. But the good thing with the Blazers, this is a young team, and hopefully they'll have time to work out the kinks and put it all together cohesively.
Both teams will make substitutions. You look back at the Clippers last season, they trade away Marcus Camby, middle of the year. Chris Kaman, their center, was vocally unhappy about it. They had some issues.
Understandably so, Kevin. I mean, Kaman enjoyed playing alongside of Camby, and when you've only made the playoffs once in your 7 years in the league, that'll certainly lead to some frustration.
Here's Miller. 17 points for him last game against Phoenix. Here's the Beast. Rips down the breakaway slam.
That's just poor defense, Kevin. Somebody's got to get back and defend the basket. Instead, they give up a rack-to-rack finish.
That was definitely worth a second look with our great Spike Slam Cam. Well, now let's go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Nate McMillan. Doris?
Kevin, he said at their own end of the court, it's interior defense that Coach thinks will be their biggest asset. With the shot blockers they have, no easy baskets is their mantra today. They want to send a few back at him, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. So defense is the key early on.
You know, it's not surprising, Kevin, when you think about the great team. So much of their game planning really starts at the defensive end of the floor. That's what happens when you don't square up for your jumper. He faded and gave himself a much tougher shot.
Trailblazers trail by 6. Miller with the ball. Here's Aldridge. Aldridge can't get that one to fall.
So far, he just can't get one to go from the field. It's just been one of those kind of games.
That's good. 9 points in the game so far.
Just put the ball in his hands, Kevin, and watch him go to work. He's going to make something good happen.
Miller outside. Can they get it? Takes it up. Buries the short-range shot. Miller's got his second bucket of the night.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin.
Oh, he put it down!
It'll count.
What a shot!
I think that one was
at
good.
The buzzer!
Unbelievable. Great shot there, Kev. And the crowd is going crazy.
And that signals the end of the first quarter of play. Double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Now the second quarter about to start. Here's Williams. Well, head coach Nate McMillan, once known as Mr. Sonic for his service to the great fans of Seattle.
Yeah, going back to 1986, he was drafted 30th overall and played his whole career for that team. Was a really solid player, a studious player, and I think that served him well as a young head coach.
Altogether about 19 years with the organization. So with Roy on the bench, here's who's on the floor for Nate McMillan. Aldridge and Camby up front. Then it's Wallace. Then it's Matthews.
Well, he missed that one, and it's no surprise. That was one tough shot.
Steps back and fires. And again, it's the Clippers missing. But Clark, Coach McMillan headed south a little bit to Portland back in 2005 to take over the Blazers.
Yeah, he's done a great job with this team. And you know what? He was a defender in his playing days, and he's brought that same mentality and attention to detail focus to the Blazers.
Some kind of leader.
Yeah, he is.
Here's the Beast. And he nails the triple. 15 points in the game. Blazers, Clark, are really the opposite of run and gun. They like to slow it down. One of the slowest paces in the NBA.
Well, actually, they were the league's slowest paced team, Kevin, last season. It makes sense, though, if you look at their roster. They want to slow it up and play a half-court style to take advantage of some of that size and depth up front.
And he lays that one up and in.
Nobody beats the Beast.
Here's Williams. 2:23 left in the third. Pass to Aldridge. With the fadeaway, blocked. Clark, LaMarcus Aldridge, year by year, steadily improving as a player.
You know, Kevin, for a big man, he's managed to increase his assist totals each year and lower his turnovers. You know, that's a nice boost for the Blazers to have a power forward with those kinds of numbers.
And Clark, looking back at the rest of Aldridge's numbers, you really can't find a weakness in his game.
No, I agree. I mean, he's solid from the floor, Kevin. He makes his foul shots, picks up a few blocks and steals and rebounds as well. I mean, he's a pretty complete power forward at a very young age.
Baseline jumper. The shot misses. And the Trailblazers going now the other way. Clark, this is the first they're seeing of the Clippers this season.
And Kevin, they'd love a repeat of last year's matchup. No trouble really getting past this team.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, everyone knows Brandon Roy is a terrific ball handler for a two-guard, but last season the Blazers tried to mix it up a bit, letting him initiate the offense, but also making him play off the ball. Roy said it's been an adjustment, adding, "I don't know if it's better, but it's something I'm adjusting to and trying to improve on. We're just trying to find that balance of my having the ball, but not overdoing it." Kevin, we'll see how it works for this team.
Always good to spread the load. Thanks, Doris. No surprise, really, about how that series turned out. Solid playoff team going up, Clark, against a team who was frankly struggling.
That's right, Kevin. It played out pretty much as we anticipated. It's a new season, though.